Hey everyone, this is part 2 for Flipped Classroom for the elementary, and I wanted to give you a quick rundown of what's going to be happening tomorrow, an agenda for our day. The first 30 minutes, and I'm giving 30 minutes, it may not even take you that long, it may take you a little bit longer, is to answer the 3 questions that I gave you in the first email. Number 1 question is, what is a flipped classroom? And this question, and all 3 of these questions are not for me, they're for you, because these 3 questions you're going to need to answer yourself. You're going to need to answer for your parents, the students that you teach. They're going to ask, what is this flipped learning? What does this mean? And you having already answered this question, you're ready to provide your parents with an answer and an explanation of what it means. And then number 2, what does it look like? What does a flipped classroom look like? Is for you to stop and imagine, what is this going to look like when other parents walk in your classroom, or principals, or if anybody were to walk in your classroom, what are they going to see? A flipped classroom environment. What is it going to look like? Number 3, the third question is, what resources are there, or what resources can I use to be able to flip your classroom? There's so many different things that you can use, and I wanted you to get a little experience or implement some of the tools that you have been introduced to, and be able to create lessons and combine lessons with these tools to make your flipped classroom possible. And all 3 of these questions, again, you're not turning into me, you're not turning into anyone, but they're for your benefit. Something that you can take with you, something that you can put into a letter, an email, be able to draw a picture of what your classroom is going to look like. What are the students going to be doing? What are you going to be doing? So that your parents and anyone that's interested will be able to know. And so the first 30 minutes is just answering those questions. If you come to class with them already answered, then great, you have more time to work on the second part, which is the actual project, the project component of the class, which is you taking some of those resources, taking your curriculum, your standards, and starting something that your students can use and that would benefit them, benefit you in your classroom. And for however long that is, from 3, if you already come to the questions, we'll do a brief introduction, but then you can immediately go into your project, working on it. You can work in groups, you can work in pairs, you can work by yourself, you can go around the school building to do whatever you need to do, the computer lab, the library, another classroom if you need to work. And you'll have about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half to work on that project or work on your lesson for flipping your classroom. It may just be one lesson, it may be you setting up accounts, it may be starting a YouTube account, working on your Google account, whatever it is, whatever you need to use, or whatever you need to do during that time, that is your time. And in the last part, we're going to be meeting back about 5:15 to close, answer any questions, clear up any misconceptions, do an evaluation of the course, and that'll be our final part, and then you'll be free to go at 5:30. And so that is the brief, the agenda of what we're going to be doing when I see you in class. Also, a part of this class, or this mini course, is number 1, to give you a student perspective, as I mentioned in our first video. And many of you have encountered some different things as a part of being the student in this course. And these are the same encounters that your own students may face, which may be an account not working, a video not being able to show, or not having time to watch a video. And as you are having, or maybe experiencing these problems, your students are also going to face these problems, especially early on. And since this is a introduction course, or the basics for a flipped classroom, many of you have also faced these difficulties. And the question I want to ask you is, what are you going to do when your students face this? What are you going to do about this? And then, of course, many of you may not be able to have had time to watch the videos or be able to answer the questions. I'm going to make accommodations for you. First 30 minutes, instead of answering those questions, I'm going to make some computers available where you can go and watch these videos and be thinking about the answer to these 3 questions as a part of your assignment when you walk in. And so this is going to be your time. And the reason I did this is, of course, many resources that we are given, we don't have, or we are not given time, or we don't have time to play around with them, explore, figure out how can we make this or implement this in our classroom? And so I wanted to make this available to you. And so I look forward to seeing you soon, and we'll see you then.